Ever had one of those big highs followed by a terrible low? Lost in the dark, desperate for a word of comfort from God. This is what happened to God's messenger, the prophet Elijah. In calling people to God, he rubbed those in power up the wrong way. They'd been leading people away from God towards the false god Baal. Elijah got into a god-off against their prophets, and their prophets were wiped out with fire from heaven. Queen Jezebel was not happy with him and told Elijah that she was going to have him executed. He ran for his life. His voice was silenced, and he made the mistake of thinking God was silenced too. He hid in a cave in the desert and prayed for an end to it all. An earthquake came, but God wasn't in the earthquake. A fire followed it, but God wasn't in the fire. Given his experience of God, he could be forgiven for thinking that God would be in the noise and the light. But the voice of God came in a low whisper. The literal translation from the Hebrew is something like the voice of a crushed silence. That quiet voice from God gave back Elijah his voice to go and tell the people about God. The voice of God speaks into the lives of people in the Bible and now, and in turn gives them voice. So to the question, is God still speaking? The answer is of course yes. But what we need to do is stop looking for God in the flashiness of the earthquake and storm, and instead be quiet and listen.